Imagine the exact moment the world ends. It isn't with a bang, but with a silent, invisible pulse that fries every circuit, every grid, and every device in an instant. The lights go out, the cars stop, and the internet vanishes. In those first 3 days, chaos reigns supreme. Welcome to the first 72 hours, the comprehensive, gritty, and hyper-realistic box set by James Hunt. If you love realistic grid-down survival, tactical preparedness, and stories that explore the terrifying fragility of social order when the power dies, this complete collection will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in survival fiction, blending the visceral terror of a darkened world with the unapologetic thrill of human resilience. The narrative kicks off on an ordinary day that turns into a nightmare as the EMP strikes. Our protagonist, a pragmatic and prepared individual, finds themselves thrust into a landscape where trust is a liability and every stranger is a potential threat. The atmosphere is thick with the silence of dead electronics, the smell of smoke from uncontrolled fires, and the creeping dread of knowing that help is not coming. Hunt excels at capturing the brutal reality of the collapse, making every scavenging run, every fortified safe house, and every tense standoff feel like a high-stakes gamble, where the price of failure is absolute ruin. At the core of the box set's massive appeal is its uncompromising commitment to tactical realism and the spectacular grid-drawn trope. This isn't a story about zombies or mutants. It's about the brutal, exhausting reality of staying alive when the rules no longer apply. Watching the protagonist navigate the treacherous social hierarchy of the wasteland, form tentative alliances with other survivors, and use their wits and weapons to outsmart raiders who have turned violence into an art form is incredibly gripping. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the survival mechanics to life, making the crunch of broken glass, the sharp crack of a rifle, and the heavy silence of a world without power feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular action and the survival mechanics, the soul of the first 72 hours lies in its characters and the heavy burden of leadership. The protagonist isn't an invincible killer. They are a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of doing what is necessary to protect those they care about. The emotional anchor of the story is their fierce, unbreakable loyalty to the small group of survivors they manage to protect, a found family bound by the shared trauma of the collapse. The audiobook format elevates these intimate moments, making the quiet, desperate conversations by a campfire feel just as impactful as the explosive, chaotic fire heights on the roadside. As the plot accelerates through the series, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive, organized raider gang targets the protagonist's sanctuary, forcing them into a desperate, high-stakes last stand. The finale is a breathtaking display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming improvisation, and raw, unbridled courage. The protagonist must use every hidden trick, every overloaded trap, and every ounce of their will to hold the line against an unstoppable tide. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive, hard-earned victory that proves humanity's will to survive is stronger than the darkness. The first 72 hours is a triumph of the post-apocalyptic thriller genre. It is smart, gritty, and unapologetically intense. James Hunt has created a complete epic that perfectly captures the thrill of the ultimate underdog holding the line. Plug in your headphones, check your perimeter, and join the survivor. The world ended in a blackout, but their fight for tomorrow is just beginning.